What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 8. So, we start this episode off. We have Kimmy meeting up with Mel. We see Mel showing us another one of her businesses, which, honestly, I never even thought of that before. She said it's called property preservation, that when banks foreclose on properties, they actually pay companies to keep the properties up and keep the properties, looking presentable. I never honestly even thought about that being a business or much less a lucrative business. But again, shouts out to you, Mel. Okay. Now, Kimmy, she then introduces Kimmy to a realtor so that Kimmy, for her closing company, she said, I know you feeling better and you want to get back on, get your business back moving. This guy's been closing properties. She said he's closed something like 400 properties in the last 2 years or something like that. So she is connecting them up. And again, kudos to you, Mel child, making connections. Okay. Then they talk about the fact that Kimmy is saying, they asked her about the tea, and Kimmy said, "Look, I had a good time at the tea. However, I think there's some people that still having some problems. Kiki / Tiffany." And Mel was like, "What are you talking about? We had a dinner. I thought we cleared it up over at my house." And she was like, "Well, whatever it is, they ain't get the memo because they was at Marcel's event and they was acting a whole fool." Now, Kimmy said that Melody has made it very clear that she don't really need to know all the ins and outs as it pertains to Marcel. And so she didn't get into the fact that Sheree was there and all that other stuff. She said Mel has been clear about it and I respect her boundaries and I'm okay with that. And so Mel was like, "Well, I don't even understand because I thought we cleared it up, child. Look, I know at this point, Mel, girl, just throw your hands up in the air because some people you just can't help. Some things you can't fix and some people you can't help." We see Tiffany and Lewis at their doctor's appointment. The baby healthy. Everything is cool. That's great. Then we see Tiffany. Well, I'm out of order. That happened later on in the episode. But anyway. We see Tiffany meeting up with Stormy. Because she said she felt some kind of way about Stormy sort of throwing her under the bus at the event. She felt like Stormy was kind of instigating the situation. She said her and Kiki were cool until Stormy stepped in. Now, I'll be honest with you, she ain't wrong about that. Once Stormy put her 2 cents in, it did create a situation where they kind of were in a good place. Now, Stormy's point of view on it is, well, listen, we can't move forward if we don't have everything on the table. And y'all didn't have everything on the table. Y'all was kind of faking the funk. And until everything is on the table, you can't really move forward. I don't think that's true. I think they had already moved forward. Kiki had already told Tiffany that there was some stuff that I did and said in the background. So just move forward, just ignore it and let's just, move to a better space. But, I mean, it's a TV show, child. What you gonna do? So then Tiffany starts talking to Kiki about her conversation with Sheree. And she starts telling her the things that she asked Sheree. And Stormy was like, "Do you really feel like that's your business?" And Tiffany was like, she was like, "Yeah, I wanted to know, so I asked." She was like, "Yeah, but you don't think that was a little rude or like evasive? Like, why would you ask her that kind of stuff?" And she was like, the way they grilled me when I came into this group, okay, the difference is Sheree is not a part of this group. Sheree is not joining the show. Sheree was filming a scene with her fake boy, with Martel. That does not mean you get to drill her. That does not mean you get to talk to her about every little nook and cranny. And Stormy was right. Stormy told you was being nosy and you were being evasive and that you were out of pocket. And then she gonna say, "Well, wouldn't you want to know if I know if you would want to know if Courtney, you and Courtney got a divorce and Courtney was bringing somebody around your kids, wouldn't you want to know who they are?" Now, Stormy said it would depend on the situation, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna stick by this. Martel, just like Martel can't have any expectations of knowing everybody that's around his children, Mel doesn't have those expectations. And you don't give a damn about Mel and her expectations. You are just inserting yourself where it doesn't belong and being messy as hell. And that's just really what it boils down to. So now we see Kiki and um, Kiki and Leticia, they on their way to Alabama and them for a basketball game, and they back in a good space. I mean, they, I don't think things are perfect, and they probably not where they once were, but they are in a good space. They're spending time together. They riding together to the basketball game, and of course they talk about what happened at the event the event. And Kiki was like, "Girl, why did you show them text messages that I sent you? Like, I ain't put that out there for you to be showing." And she said, "Well, I did show the text messages, but it was to defend you. Like, I did it as a way to defend you, to explain to these people why you feel the way you feel and why you coming after Tiffany the way you are." And, Kiki was like, "I mean, I appreciate it." She said, "But honestly, I wanted to hold on to them receipts for the next time Tiffany got in my face, and I could spring them on her and let her feel stupid." And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's true." So then Leticia was like, "I don't even understand why Tiffany is all in my business anyway, talking about my husband and my business. Because, I mean, rumor has it that you out in these Huntsville streets, and you ain't spending all that time you need to be spending with your husband." Now, she said it's just a rumor that Tiffany is out in them streets cheating on Lewis. And who knows if it's true or not. I mean, right now she pregnant, so she can't have been doing nothing these last 8 months. Well, I guess she could, technically. I mean, but I think it's a rumor. I don't think it's true. I think because Tiffany shared with people that she has cheated, I think anytime somebody sees Tiffany with another man or at a lunch or standing in line, that they're going to automatically assume that, it is what it is. Child, we don't care about Lewis and Tiffany's origin story. Like I said, they went to the doctor. The baby's healthy. All is good. Yeah. We found out that her baby shower is next week. So I guess on the next episode, child, we're going to be at her baby shower. So then we get over to Kimmy and Maurice's house. Child, Maurice still don't get it. He got Monster in boot camp because Monster's still out here not doing the stuff that he's supposed to be doing. So he done put Monster in the boot camp. And now Monster has all these lists of things and priorities. And guess what still ain't a priority? Him doing his chores, which is what him and Kimmy have been beefing about, is him doing his chores. So they still where they left off. And Maurice still don't understand why Kimmy feeling how she feel. He was like, "Well, if it's important, we'll put it on the list." She was like, "See, that's the point. You know it's important. It's been important, and it still wasn't on his list." Child, I don't know. Like I said, out of three, Maurice is my favorite when it comes to how he deals with his relationship. But, child. Anyway. So then we come up with Marcel and Marcel. They are down at the coffee house, and Marcel is helping Marcel practice, get ready for his test, child. So Tiffany is meeting them down there under the guise that Marcel wants to talk to her about some event he hosting, a Jubilee parade across the Edmund Pettus Bridge down to the Selma. And Marcel was like, "Well, what Tiffany got to do with that?" And he was like, "Well, she just want to share some ideas." Tiffany, listen, she should have known it was a setup from the beginning, because that don't even make no sense. Why he need advice from you, ideas from you, information from you, but whatever. So they get there, and basically Marcel starts asking her about why she was talking to Sheree crazy. Why she was coming at Sheree. Why would she ask Sheree the question she was asking? And she was like, "First of all, that ain't even why I'm down here. Like, you asked me to come down here to talk about Selma. Why are we talking about Sheree?" And Marcel was like, "But I'm saying, like, she was my guest. Why would you ask her these kinds of questions? Why would you come at her like that?" And then Tiffany act like, when he got to the question about, "Oh, well, you got good enough ussy," she gonna say, "I didn't say that. I don't remember saying that." And y'all know production rolled that beautiful beam footage. Tiffany, you absolutely said it, and you were out of line, and you were rude. And Marcel is that. See, here's where it got too far. I think a one-on-one conversation with Marcel and Tiffany was one thing. When Marcel started he started putting himself in. He gonna ask Tiffany if she has a mental issue. He gonna call her a Karen. I mean, it was out of line. Like, I understand that he was hearing a lot of this stuff for the first time, and he was feeling some kind of way about the questions that Tiffany was asking. But Marcel, you were out of line. That was out of pocket. You ain't had no reason to come at Tiffany. That wasn't your conversation to have. And it really did get to be a point where Marcel was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk to you about this. Like it's not even appropriate because it did get to a point where I do feel like it got very combative. And Martell did get up and leave, and he said, "I'm just gonna talk to Lewis about this. Like I'm gonna talk to Lewis." And she was like, "What? To get his wife in line?" He was like, "No, because this isn't appropriate." And I feel like what he was saying was, "It's not appropriate for me to be having this conversation with you like this. So I'm gonna talk to your husband because I need to address him about if I have an issue with something that his wife is doing." Now Tiffany don't feel like she did anything wrong. She felt like she was perfectly within her rights to talk to Sheree like that and ask Sheree them crazy ass questions. So I'm sure next week that's what we're gonna pick up with Big Lou. We saw it in the trailer with Big Lou getting in Martell's face. Now ultimately, do I think that Martell maybe should have gone to Lewis or at least let Lewis be there for the conversation? Yes, I do. But I feel like part of it was because Marcel was there adding his little 2 cents and instigating. I think it was out of line. I said it in my last review. And Martell wasn't wrong for addressing it. He really wasn't. Should he have done it with Lou there? Yeah, probably. But anyway, we'll see how that goes next week, child. Anyway, that's all I got for this episode. Let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.